Yes, people, myself, TS, welcome back to another No Filter TS. In this one, just talking about Lawrence Okolie and Eddie Hearn. And Lawrence ain't, he ain't happy, referring to Eddie as like a, plantation owner and, saying that, sometimes we allow these people with power to, dictate the narrative and stuff. And, off the back of it, it seems like this is off the back of, a deal that Sky Sports are trying to have offered Lawrence, which is, to make him, kind of the face of Sky Sports boxing. Obviously, cruiserweight champion of the world. And obviously, Eddie's obviously stated that, he's got one fight left on his current deal. And yeah, Eddie obviously not happy with the comments that were made, talking about the amount of times he stuck by Lawrence. And to be fair, he's got a point, I think, that whole, British beef thing with Isaac Chamberlain, everyone expected fireworks, and it was, Lawrence clearly won that fight, but it was a lot of, holding, and he was just too strong for Isaac Chamberlain. Then it was the Matty Askin fight where, I think he was being referred to as Lawrence holds Coley. And yeah, at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on in the background and stuff. Obviously, Lawrence probably feels like, I just want to take this deal. It's going to be very beneficial for me. But it's interesting that the whole aspect of things, because obviously Lawrence, signed to 258 management, which is obviously AJ's promoters, Eddie Hearn, and all this sort of stuff. So it's like you would think they're like a all one happy family, but it clearly not. Lawrence clearly feels there's a better option for him at Sky Sports. And truth be told, he's not been able to get any of these unification fights, which, you would be expecting the money to be put up for. Maybe Sky have promised him that, Riakporhe has another fight. You have one. You have one, then you two fight each other, or even we're going to try to get Riakporhe in for a world title. If he wins, then you two can unify, be a great big British unification. Who knows? But at the end of the day, Eddie's done a lot for him. Obviously, he's done what he's had to do in terms of working hard in the gym with, McGuigan and stuff, and, winning the fights. But, you've seen his frustration about, how do you force unification and stuff. It's like, well, again, that's your promoter's job, so maybe there's frustration on both ends. But I think to refer to Eddie as a plantation owner, it's a bit much. Obviously, myself being someone of colour, I understand the history and obviously slavery and what our ancestors had to go through many years ago. So it's quite concerning, to say the least, when he's referring to him as that. Like I said, we don't know what happens in the background, but in my opinion, I don't know, maybe they come to some sort of agreement. Cool, whatever money you get for this deal, whatever money you get for your next fight, I'll take a slight percentage of what would have been for your last fight of me and go on. Because personally, I think that relationship's done. I don't think Eddie could promote a fight for him again. As much as Eddie would say he'll work with anyone, I think there's certain things that get to a certain stage, it's just like, yeah, nah. So I personally think that relationship between Hearn and Okolie's done, and it's best they just go their separate ways. But it just goes to show you in the business, man, that loyalty isn't everything, because there's many men that would have probably stepped away from Lawrence when he had all these holding situations. But at the same time, a man could also say that Chamberlain was deemed to be one of the prospects at the time, and after he lost that fight, there weren't really much else going on for him from the matchroom side. So for Eddie, he's got to do what's best for him. And I'll be honest with you, his current grip on British boxing isn't looking that great. If the AJ fight's going to be on Sky Sports, that's not great after that whole talk of the DAZN announcement. That DAZN announcement kind of just seems pointless now, truth be told. So you got your main heavyweight there, a man that was your heavyweight, Dillian Whyte. Whether he's going to work with you again, I don't know. He's probably going to go to Sky and get some piece for a Parker fight, potentially. Who knows? Your cruiserweight world champion, he wants out, referring to you as this. You're really just on this Canelo thing, but, Canelo's a great fighter and that, and obviously got the Golovkin trilogy, but, your bread and butter is the UK, and, as much as you might not want to believe that the competition are gaining on you, I have to tell you, they are. So yeah, we'll see what happens in regards to all of this. I think the reference to the slave owner, plantation owner thing is a bit strong, but we don't know the full ins and outs on it. But from what we can see, it just seems like my man wants out, and I don't think them two can work together again. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Obviously, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.